वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह. Before I begin, I'm going to say this in English, speak it the best. Before I begin, I want to thank all of you for coming. My father loved company. He always told my mom to call my mama to come over. He always called his friends over. I know he was very social. So this is exactly what he would want, and I want to thank you guys for being here. I also know he would be very proud of everyone that worked together the last couple of days to make sure that this was as beautiful as it's been this morning and today. So thank you everyone that was involved. I wrote something for the man who taught me more about honor than words could ever. He lived it for me to see. It's a little long, fair warning, and I'm sorry in advance if this is not the right setting for what I'm going to say or my speaking style, but I also don't get a chance to do this again. And this morning was definitely not the right setting. It goes, what is an honorable man? I ask you, what is an honorable man? Is it a boy who accepts the demands of becoming a man too soon? Is it someone who pulls himself up from his bootstraps, no matter what he had and didn't have? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Is it a 14-year-old boy whose pride makes him leave his house only to sleep at night on the tables that he was waiting on during the day, even though an easy way was one call away? Is it the oldest of 9 siblings whose father must have saved all of his love for his grandchildren? A child who became a man with a permanent scar on his forehead when he asked his father for a new slate so he could take notes in school. Abused, deprived, minimized, second-guessed, but still he steps up. How does this man grow up to become the most reliable, the most dependable? Tell me, is this honor? Tell me how, no matter what, he takes responsibility for everyone. He gets his sisters married, his brothers settled, his parents carefree, taking them from a small structure with an open courtyard where it rained and a partial ceiling to a 3-story building, who budgeted his life, his whole life, for the expenses of everyone else. But still he kept no accounting in his love, no debits or credits of good or ill will. Tell me, is this honor? Is it a man who, no matter what was against him, despite not having many examples around him, never thought of any limitations, studied, struggled, and climbed? Is it a man who puts principles above personalities, who helps settle differences, always the voice of reason, a council of 20 in one man? But still, he laid all of his wishes and his plans for himself at the altar of the request of his elders at their feet, who compromised, swallowed his pride, bided his time, served for years, who became a master at silencing his heart. Tell me, what is an honorable man? Is it a man who, without fear, quits his prestigious career because respect is worth more than money? Who then goes on to turn all of his struggles into the most prosperous period of his life, but still find times to give back to the world, to everyone? Is it a person who, while filling his cup, keeps filling others as well? Is that honor? Is it a man who is trusted by many, loved by many, respected by even more, whose friends gathered in a crowd at his first call, who all silenced when he would speak and sit in a circle? What does that tell you about his honor? Who even at the height of his life left everything behind for the safety and progress of his family, of his children, who always knew what was important, what deserved priority, no matter the personal cost, no matter the hit he had to take, knowing and trusting he can always build back anything he may lose. And he did, over and over again. Tell me, is this an honorable man? Is this someone who never shorted anyone, gave double of anything that he was ever asked for, just gave and served? He had no scarcity in his heart, no bondage to worldly desires, free from personal incentives, just born to care, who only struggled when caring for himself, just born to endure, even until his last days, who loved everyone through their flaws and their shortcomings, who carried his own calm, his own peace, his own steadfastness, untouched, stable like a rock, with a world in his eyes, deeper than his voice. What is honor? A man on a quest for greatness? A man who makes no concessions to principles along the way, who chose the hard path every time, who did the right thing no matter the uphill battle, who martyred his whole life to make sure me and many standing and sitting here have less weight on their shoulders. Even in his death, he carried our load. Was he here to just suffer for us? Tell me, can you question this man's heart? Tell me, can you question his honor? A man of honor who would never admit it, let alone have said any of these things about himself. But that's why legends are born, so legends can be written. I'm sorry, Dad. I have to tell the world about you. What is an honorable man? If you still don't know, let me tell you. He was the most honorable of them all. He taught me how to live. And now, he's merged with God, one and the same.
Thank you, Tarun. Bathija जी, इस संसार ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਨੇ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਸਾਡੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਏਗੀ, ਸਭ ਨੇ ਦੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਲੇਕਿਨ